and start ranking. I love a power ranking. So we're going to go 5 through 1 of the best teams in the NFL right now. And Jason, you're going to start us off.
All right, we got the whiteboards out. I absolutely love this. We're going to start at number 5 and work our way on down. Number 5, I am going with the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell has led this team. They've lost 1 game to Seattle. They've been playing great. You can go all the way back to last season. All right. Number 4, I have the Miami Dolphins. And I know one could argue the Buffalo Bills, they beat up on the Dolphins, but Bills went to London. Not only did they lose that game, they lost some key players, one being Matt Milano, which is going to be tough to replace. Number 3, Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs just doing what they do. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they find ways to win games. Number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, less credit than maybe they deserve, undefeated. And number 1, obviously, the 49ers, undefeated, winning in fashion, style points, whatever you want to call it. They've been absolutely dominant, so I'm going with the 49ers at that number 1 spot.
Eye of the beholder. Everyone's power rankings can be a little bit different. Jason, wonderful job. Let's get to mine. Number 5, I too have the Detroit Lions. Incredible start to the season, beating both teams, the Chiefs and the Packers in Lambeau, and then taking care of business at home, 4-1. Dolphins, also, number 4. You and I are the same on that one. Here's where mine gets a little different. 3, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. And here's where my big reveal is. I still respect the champs. I still have the Kansas City Chiefs as the number 1 team. They lost 1 game. That 1 game was with the Travis Kelce and Chris Jones not on the roster. These guys do not lose big spots. They have Patrick Mahomes. They are the ones who I would least want to face on any given Sunday. 49ers have looked better. The 49ers have won more games. But the Chiefs, I would say if I was to wake up tomorrow and say, who do I least want to face in a big spot, it's still Kansas City with all their experience and what they've got on that roster.
You got a Sunday game. You're like, you got to get a win. You'd rather play the Niners than the Chiefs.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Chiefs have been there. There's so much institutional knowledge, and there's just the coaching has been there. All the experience, all the big wins. The Niners and Chiefs were my Super Bowl pick for the season. Right. I'm proud of that. I had the Chiefs winning that one, and I think if they were to play tomorrow, I still might take the Chiefs. Might.
I'm just going to put mine up. I wouldn't. I got the Bills at 5. They did lose some players. They beat Miami soundly. I think they're going to play again. They'll settle that there. I had the Chiefs at 4. You know, I love the Chiefs. Travis Kelce's hurt. I still don't know who their wide receivers are. I mean, I know what their names are, but like they're just kind of this anonymous
Rice
group.
is their leading receiver.
Yeah. So this seems to me like one of these just Chiefs teams. They just win and they kind of float, and we'll see at the end of the season. I got them as the 4th best team. The Lions are great. I really like the Lions. I still think there's a tiny stink of prejudice on the Lions. I really do. Would you have them 5 and you have them 5? Yeah. I think they're better than that. And then Eagles and Niners and like Peter's loyalty to the Chiefs goes deep. I don't even think they're in the stratosphere as the Niners right now. Just based, you know, it's all in the definition. The Chiefs stand for something bigger than the Niners do in terms of the last 5 years. But like right now, as we're sitting in October, I think it's the Niners, and I think it's actually a big gap between them and the Eagles.
Okay. I feel like I talked up the Lions earlier in the show, and now they are not in my top 5. So I'm glad that you guys represented. So here we go. Here's the list. So for me, the Bills this past weekend against the Jags, it kind of just felt like their injuries right now are so bad. They just got kind of caught at a bad time. They're still a really good team, and the win over Miami and the Dolphins kind of keeps them in the top 5 for me. The Dolphins, because they can hang 40 or 70 on teams on a week-to-week basis. They have so much speed on that team. And then, you know, the defense is still getting it done, even though they lost Jalen Ramsey before the season even started. And he'll be back before the season ends, so they're going to get reinforcements there. I got the Chiefs because, they're a dynasty. They're really good no matter what. They have, I think, top 5 scoring defense now with Chris Jones back. They're 4-0 with Chris Jones and Travis Kelce, because that first week against the Lions was kind of a weird game where they just couldn't get anything going on either side of the ball. And then this is where I had some issues, because I think in the long run, the Eagles are the better team in a shocking development. But I think right here, right now, the Niners are playing better than the Eagles. But eventually, the Eagles, their dominance is in the lines, the offensive line, the defensive line, and that talent will show up as the season wears on and the attrition wears on, and this team has a whole other level that it can reach. But right now, this Niners team is absolutely crushing it. Brock Purdy, the entire roster. It's so good. So